Top out usually refers to running vents up past the roof. Anybody who knows anything about plumbing realizes that it's kind of an open system. It needs to breathe. If you run water down the drain, if you flush the toilet, you need to make up the air in that pipe. And this is normally done with the vents that go up out the roof. You can usually see, there's usually a few different pipes that stick past the roof. But this is sort of the top out part. Normally, if this was a new construction, you fill all those lines, all the vent lines, with water and call for an inspection. The inspector comes, makes sure that there's still water in all the vents, proving that you don't have any leaks. In this case, we live in a township where there are no inspections, so I'm going to worry about doing the vent and the actual roof penetrations down the line, but this is technically the top out part.
And we're live.
Okay, Internet, day 3 with the plumbing project. Yesterday we got 2 more sheets of subfloor in, covering up all of our underfloor stuff. So,
Oops,
over here we got laundry.
incoming.
Careful. Got our washer, dryer. This is going to be, this is our bathroom wall, comes over here. Door right here.
Back up.
Bathroom door here. Come in. Here's our lavatory. Toilet. Showers over here. Working on getting this case wall across here. Comes to about here-ish. This is about the end of the shower. So, pretty good sized bathroom, I think. And, yeah, got all of our supply lines run. Waste, pretty much done. Got some venting to do.
Today's project,
Yeah.
venting.
Venting, and then we still have our super secret surprise going on over there, so. Oh, gas
Over here.
line. This is important.
Gas line, as we can
forgot
see.
that. This is going to be a stove right here in the kitchen. So, gas line to that. Yeah. That's about the extent of it. We're on day 3. And we're just getting an early start again.
It's 5:30.
The first thing I needed to focus on was framing this wall, this bathroom wall, the chase wall I keep talking about. Because Dean has a lot of plumbing that needs to run through this wall, and I needed to get some studs in place. So this wall is a 2x6 wall, simply because there is a lot of lines that need to run through here. And typically a 2x4 is just not wide enough, and you end up cutting out a lot of the material in your studs and your plates and whatnot. So it's 2x6. Oh, here we're finally fixing that electrical spool. Thing's been hitting us in the head for the last 2 days. Dean's kind of figuring out his run as I'm doing this framing. And right now he's working on getting the drain over to the laundry area. So as I continue to frame the wall, he's running the waistline. Apparently I'm not really doing a whole lot right now, which is great, I guess. Thanks, Dean, for picking up the slack. All right, internet day 4. How you feeling, Dean?
Feeling tired, beat up, kicked around a little bit.
Tired, beat up. Laundry's done. Got our supply all hooked up. Got ourselves a little clean out. Bathroom vanity pretty much hooked up. Toilet. Medicine cabinet here. Got this wall framed. I don't think this was done yesterday. Got the vent that goes over, and maybe you can flip around and
Flipping.
show that side.
We got a vent free spanning across the air right now.
Pull-up bar, one-time use.
Yeah. And then drilling down through the studs over here and tying into our main stack that's gonna head up and out through the roof. Back over here to Mike.
Yeah, I think that was about yesterday's work. Now we're working on our super secret project, so
I'm gonna pan and see if you can pick it up.
gonna have to
See it? Oh, there it is. Back. All
have
right.
to wait to the end of the video for that. So stay tuned. So the next step really is getting supply to all of the various areas that require water. So here you can see Dean start running water line. I'm doing my favorite thing, insulating that damn floor. But perhaps I should pause just for a moment and discuss water pipe. Most people are pretty familiar with copper water pipes. They've been around for a long time. Are good. But anybody who's purchased copper lately realizes that it's very expensive. And so I'm using PEX plastic pipe. I think it kind of got its foothold in Europe, where they started using it. It's my understanding, and you can fact check this if you feel like you have a lot of extra time. I think the type of plastic was originally invented for artificial hearts, is my understanding. Anyhow, there was a lot of predecessors to this type of plastic pipe before. There was CPVC and a couple of other ones that didn't really last. Had a poor track record, were prone to break. And so this PEX, they've been using it in America, I don't know how long, maybe 20 years, maybe. I know when I was a general contractor, sort of saw it come into favor a bit. I think my first several jobs were all copper. And then this stuff kind of hit the market, or maybe it didn't hit the market, maybe it just became more favorable. One of the great things with remodeling is, it's a plastic pipe that you can snake and bend and twist all around your house, whereas copper typically is straight. So anytime you need to make a jog around something in the way or turn a corner, you gotta solder a fitting. So from the remodel aspect, it's great. And from my aspect in this project, one of the nice things about PEX pipe is they say it can freeze and not break, which is a concern for us in the coming months, because we are basically plumbing a house that is not heated, which would be fine in Arizona, but not so good here. So That's my quick pipe digression. So, Dean is pulling the water pipes. You can't quite see the tool he has, but we're using what's called an expansion ring. So anytime you have a valve or you have an elbow or anything, you put a plastic sleeve on the PEX pipe and you put this tool on it, and it enlarges the pipe and the sleeve big enough for you to put your fitting, and then as that contracts down, it becomes a watertight seal. Pretty easy. The fittings are quite cheap. The tool is not cheap. Dean brought his manual one. Now, of course, they have nice cordless versions, but so he's working on that, and I'm working on insulating the floor so we can get another sheet of subfloor down. So it looks like Dean's doing a little head scratching here. I was asking him later, I don't know how he keeps the hot and the cold straight. I guess he's got a system, because I've never seen him mess something up, but they do sell red and blue plastic pipe, which I would probably do as a non-plumber, just so I could keep the line straight. But like I say, he's a pro. So there he's using his tool. Looks like he's working on the wash basin that's going to be on the shop side. So that's the partition wall between the living space and the shop space, and so there's going to be a sink on the other side of that wall. Looks like I almost got my subfloor back where it needs to be, or my insulation all tucked and tidied. And once that's done, it's time to move on to another piece of subfloor. So now I got the edges of the joist cleaned up, put some glue down. You guys have all seen this before, but this sheet's going to be a little different because this sheet is partially going to be in the shower bay. So once we get it down and beat into place, make sure our lines are straight, get it nailed down, the next step will be cutting for the pitched shower drain. So right here I'm figuring out where that is, where it starts, where it ends, and here I'm just going to cut the plywood 3 sides, and then I'm able to just push that section down and nail it off. So here you might notice that I got a couple of pieces of sheetrock up. That's actually 5/8 sheetrock for a fire barrier between the shop and the house. It's a code thing, but for me it's just a little peace of mind. So if something ever did break out, I'd have a half hour to put it out before it crept into the house. We're mounting a piece of plywood to start putting stuff on, and the first big thing we get to put on is our brand new propane water heater. It's a tankless heater, so anytime you turn on the hot water, the thing fires up, delivers almost instantaneous hot water. And the advantage is it's just, sips gas. You're not wasting a bunch of energy keeping 50, 60, 70, 80 gallons of water hot all the time. And it's, price-wise, probably similarly priced to a decent propane water heater that has a tank. So less space, more energy efficient. So that was why we decided to go with that.
You're right on in there, huh?
Don't burn my camera.
It's gonna get warm.
It was weird. Even after it rained, this grass burnt yesterday. All right, push the button and I'm walking it in.
So here's Dean installing a water filter. We ended up buying a sort of a fabric filter for our unknown water quality in the well. Just thinking that it might take out, animal bones and hair and, partially digested frogs. Who knows? Who knows what's in that? Like I say, water seems pretty clear, but we haven't really drank any, so who knows? So we decided to put a little filter in there, just because why not? And then I guess we decided to take a break. Oh, here we are. Here you can see that tool Dean's using, expanding that sleeve and then hooking it up onto the fitting that needs to be attached to. So it basically measures for the line, or the length of line that he needs, cuts it with some snips, and then enlarges that edge, the end, not the edge, for the fitting to go on. So that's kind of the routine. Oh, clearly he's working up a sweat. Look at him getting down to his t-shirt. So yeah, gives you a little better idea of how much work it is to stretch out that stiff plastic pipe. But basically you got the pump in the foreground, which we already went through with the well. And then that's going to immediately go up into the filter. Actually, I think before it goes to the filter, we're going to run a line outside for hose, to a hose bib. And then from the filter, it's going to supply all of the cold lines. Oh, I guess it's break time again. Jeez. From the filter, supply all the cold lines, and then head up into the water heater for all of our hot lines. So that's kind of what Dean's working on here. And kind of see him working behind that wall. Putting on the right fittings on the water heater. Getting things threaded up right. Here he's working on, I think this is the line that's going to go for the hose. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe the hose is after the filter. Yeah, let's go with that. Here he's explaining it all to me, but that was weeks ago, so I can't really remember what's going on. So we're going to have two hose bibs outside, basically one toward the front of the house, one in the back of the house. But that's kind of a low priority. So here I think he's stubbing out the lines that feed all of the other plumbing that's in the living portion of the house. So I duck in to, point something out. And now we're finishing the water heater. If I remember right, we had a little bit of a challenge. Oh, here I'm wiring up for the water heater. It has a dedicated circuit there, so I put the box, pulled some wire off screen, and put in a new circuit breaker in the panel. So when it comes time to fire that up, we'll have dedicated power to that.